Hello everyone. So recently I have moved out. I'm still trying to do my best with gardening, but because I've moved out, there isn't much. Um, there aren't many pots. There aren't many plants that are actually in the ground. They're all kind of just potted at the moment. I'll show you the ones that I have planted in the ground here, but currently I'm renting, and yeah, everything is just potted. But I just thought I would show my garden, see, like, look at the plants that I'm planting, just see how it's going. So let's start with these pansies. A bunch of flowers that I planted about 4 or 5 months ago now at this point. So I'll just show you here. Kind of just, the brightness may not be great. So these are the pansies that I've got at the moment. They are blooming like crazy. I would suggest that if you just want flowers that pretty much bloom continuously, like, you can just deadhead it, get another one the next day pretty much. Pansies are probably one of your best options, because I picked off like 5 pansies just the other day, and look how many have already come back. There's already like 3 of them that have come back, and then there's more to come that you can just see here. There's just more to come. So they're pretty incredible, beautiful looking plants as well. So that's one of the ones that I have. And then this is my snapdragon, which is also just now beginning to flower. I've managed to do this in it's about a 30 centimeter diameter pot. It's probably a little tad bit smaller than that, but that's just the general size. And then the height is also about 30 centimeters, let's say. So pretty good value for money with like the spacing I was able to get, like just a bunch of pansies. I think it was 3-4 individual plants, and then there's 2 snapdragons in there. This here is looks kind of dry, so I'll have to water that, but these are the watermelons that I planted recently. So you can see they're kind of coming out here. I'm not planning to keep them in here, obviously. They need to go into the ground, and I'll show you my plan for that in a bit. But hoping to get some good watermelons this season. I've heard that you can probably only get about 2 to 3 watermelons per plant, because if you try to get more, the problem is that those watermelons are going to be slower, so you might as well, better off to just help each plant focus on 2 melons at a time. So hoping to get 6 for this season, but we'll see. Over here is my one and only grow bag that I have so far, or what I've planted in grow bags, which is the daikon radish. So quite packed. I think there's about 9 or 10 radish in there. I probably shouldn't have packed them that much. It is like about a 35 liter pot in there, but not sure how they're gonna grow. It's very leafy growth, but it doesn't always mean that the actual radish is gonna be big. I'm hoping so. You can kind of see that. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but you can kind of see the radish the head starting to come up. So not sure how it'll turn out. I'm trying to give it fertilizer when I can, and just compost, but we'll see. Actually, the greens are edible as well. They're kind of like just any of your leafy greens, like could replace spinach, for example. So they're pretty edible. And so not only can you harvest the radish, you can also harvest the leaves when you're going about this. They're pretty. Add them to a salad. I can use it for my cooking as well. So yeah, that's probably about 3-4 weeks old at this point. Next we've got here the straw flower. It's grown pretty tall. It's probably more than 60-ish centimeters, but hasn't fully flowered yet. It's still opening. Up here you can see that there's ants on it, and I thought that was because they might have been attracted to some pests that were on the straw flower. At least initially that's what I thought, but then I did some research and found out that actually the ants just really like the nectar on the straw flower plants, and they're actually native. The plant is actually native as well, so it's looking quite nice. This one here, I might have to give it a stake, because it's not really able to support itself at the moment. I might just leave it too. I don't really know. But it's looking quite nice. I think I'll just have to give this a stake though. I mean, it's kind of just not able to support itself at the moment. But over here is an even bigger snapdragon than what you saw before. This one's actually starting to properly flower now. You can see the flowers are coming out, and I've also just staked it because it was kind of, the flower wasn't really able to support itself. So I've got these two snapdragons here now. It's looking quite nice, and then this is my little marigold as well that I've had here starting to flower. I have planted some more marigolds, which I'll show in a bit, because I do love marigolds. They look beautiful, but this one's just not giving me that many flowers. I think gave me two before, which have already kind of died off, and then these two are coming back now. But yeah, hoping for more of those. Over here we've got, I think it's three different plants in this one. So this one here I've got candy tuft. Over here I've got my 3 zinnias, and then here I've also got the heartsease. So I've transplanted all of these recently into this kind of big pot and hoping they can all kind of get along better now. Here I've got 3 chili plants, which was, I bought it for an absolute bargain. I think it was about $4 at the local nursery. 3 plants for $4, which is quite good. So I'll be getting probably heaps of chilies. Hopefully I'll be getting heaps of chilies this summer. They're growing quite well, but they're gonna need a bigger pot than this at some point. It's just a matter of when I'm gonna repot them, but no worries for now. Here I've got my coriander. Always need to be stocking up on coriander because I eat it like crazy, and I don't hate going to the supermarket every time and having to buy coriander when I run out. There's also another one here for the coriander. This one's a bit, I planted this a bit longer ago, so some of these are a bit bigger here, but quite nice. I mean, I'll wait for a bit before I actually harvest this coriander, but it's going quite well at the moment. I've got second straw flower plant. This is also 2 separate plants here, so we've got slightly different color on these straw flowers. This one's just about to pop out, this one right here. Up here is my Tommy Toe tomato plant, which I got about maybe 3 weeks ago. It was only like maybe up to here in height when I first got it. It's already just grown absolutely humongous, and I think it's growing even bigger. I might need to get a bigger pot for it, honestly. This is about a bit less than 5 liters maybe as a pot. Yeah, and it's gonna need a bigger pot probably, but you can just see all the flowers here. If I can show, just over here, see all those tomatoes. So these are Tommy Toe tomatoes, allegedly in between the size of a tomato that you'll get at the supermarket, like a gourmet, and a cherry. But I counted how many tomatoes are here so far, and there's about 30, so it doesn't mean I'll get 30, but hopefully around that number would be awesome. But yeah, so many flowers coming in, hoping for all those tomatoes. I've actually bought some netting for that as well. Don't want the birds or birds getting to this. I don't think they will anyways, but I'll just net it in case. It's gonna be hard because it's starting to grow outwards a lot, but I mean, I'll see what I can do about it. But I did buy netting. Over on this side, we've got my calendula. This is the only one that has flowered so far, but looks very nice. I think some of these are about ready to put their flowers out. I probably want to deadhead that too, so I can get some extra calendulas as well. Over here we've got my bergamot. I'll have to transplant that soon. Getting a bit too big for that pot. Look quite nice though. Got some more straw flower. Don't know what I'll do with that. I don't really need more straw flower at the moment. Don't know why I planted that, but looks cool at least. Got globe amaranth, which is apparently in Australia it's a weed. So I didn't know that before I planted it, but guess I'll just have to pot it at that stage. Over here we've got my carnations, which have grown very tall and are looking like they're just about on the verge of flowering soon, so I'm hoping for some carnations. Yeah, here's this on the spinach. Over here is the marigolds I was talking about that I've planted more of. Okay, that one looks a bit off. But yeah, they look awesome. I want to plant them in some pretty big pots so I can get, and multiple of them, so I can get heaps of marigolds over the season. I just think they're awesome flowers, really beautiful looking. Over here we've got spring onion, another one that I really want to plant. I mean all the herbs, because it's just so expensive to go buy them from the supermarket, or it's just annoying to go to the supermarket just so you can get like one spring onion or one coriander. It's just good that I planted it here. I can get my own supply of it. Over here is a lavender plant that a kind person gave to me from work. Looks like it's not doing too well, but I'm trying to fix it today. I will repot that when I get the opportunity. Over here is my alyssum plant, which is dying off now, which is fine. I'm just waiting for all the seeds to dry up so I can just kind of come in and collect all the seeds for next season. But yeah, it's good because I'll just be able to reuse a lot of that soil. I'll probably have to regenerate it with some compost because it's some old potting mix that probably doesn't have that many nutrients left in it anymore. So I'll just regenerate that when I get the chance. I mean, when this plant completely dies off, that is. But it did really well. It still looks beautiful. It's just that it's kind of dying off now, so just waiting for that to fully happen. Over here we've got this mint plant that I bought and I've potted in here. It has grown super duper much. It was about like maybe here before when I did initially buy, and it's just taken over the whole. I should have expected it because it's mint. It's just taken over this whole pot, like the whole half. I planted some other herbs in here, but I'm not sure if they're going to survive with this guy around. And I don't think I'll be able to harvest it fast enough to hinder its growth unless I start giving this mint to other people, but we'll see. Over here I've got some rocket, which is going really well. All this rocket. Another green, very healthy, that I kind of want to have on hand. Same with this Russian kale as well. This is the only thing I planted in the ground so far. So this is the rock melons that I was growing. What I'm basically going to do, I'm just going to let it sprawl along the ground. So I've seen those videos where some people put it on a trellis, or they pot it or something like that, but I've decided to just put it in the ground and just let it crawl right along here and just get my rock melon like that. I think that would be awesome to get a few rock melons this season, so we'll see. The last thing I'll just show here really quickly is the last thing I've got. It's just more pansies and more carnations, which these ones are looking like they're just about to flower now. Further ahead than the ones that I showed you before, and super tall. I mean, compare it to the pot size right there. It's just like double the size of the pot, honestly. But yeah, got these pansies here as well, so looking really good. And it's in a pretty small pot, so I think it's the size. They're 200 times 190 mil. So you don't need a lot of space for these plants. You can kind of just bunch them up together, and they'll figure out the spacing themselves. But yeah, that's just the container gardening stuff that I have going on right now. So hoping to just get lots of stuff this season, sort of fruits and vegetables. Hoping to do some more gardening, maybe plant some more stuff as well. Find some budget friendly ways to kind of do that sort of thing. So yeah, so I'll show you